Okay.
Hello everyone. Today we are going to perform Morse test on multi-cylinder engine. Here the number of cylinder is 3. In previous video we have studied the speed test on petrol engine. Okay. There are some differentiations in these two experiments. First one is that in measuring of the specific fuel consumption, we have kept this fuel curve on measuring. So there is no need to keep this fuel curve on measuring in this experiment since we have this arrangement here. Okay. So first of all, we will take this fuel curve at its tank position so that the fuel from tank that will come to the engine. Now, in this electronic control circuit, there is a special arrangement. Here we can see there are three switches are provided. So this first switch is operated to cut off the supply of first cylinder. Second switch is operated to cut off the electrical supply of second cylinder. Third switch is operated for the cutting off supply of electric energy to the third cylinder. With this we can cut the first, second and third cylinder. Okay. Now remaining setup is same for the Morse test. Our aim for this experiment is to determine the indicated power by the engine and frictional power which is lost inside this engine. Now the checkpoints are very clear with respect to this setup. The checkpoints are same as that of the speed test, so we will not invest more time in explaining that checkpoints. Okay, directly we will go to the performance of the experiment. I will demonstrate how to perform this experiment. Initially, make sure that this throttle position is at its minimum level and load on engine is also at its minimum level. Now start the engine by this ignition switch and increase the throttle position gradually so that the speed inside this indicator that will go on increasing. Gradually increase a load and attain a particular load. For example, 11 kg that will indicate in this device, in this display unit. So for that particular load and speed conditions, what is the specific fuel consumption that we are going to measure? This is required to find out the brake power when all cylinders are firing. So it is required. For this purpose, we will operate this fuel curve to the measuring point and we will determine the time taken to consume this 10 cc and we will note down on the observation table. Now initially we have kept this to the tank level. Now all the cylinders are working in condition. We have measured this fuel consumption. Now when this fuel cock is at tank level, the fuel from tank to engine is directly provided. Make sure that you operate this fuel cock after the taking of a specific fuel consumption reading from this pipette. Now when we operate this first knob, it will cut off the electrical supply to the first engine. So power developed by the first engine is uh, now not developed. The total power developed by the engine is of power developed by remaining two cylinders. That's why we can calculate the indicated power for the particular first cylinder. Now for this condition, what will happen? The load on the engine will suddenly increase because one cylinder is cut off. It is not generating power, so load on the remaining two cylinder is increased, so the speed is reduced. Now to maintain the constant speed of previous value, we will reduce the load gradually. By reducing the load, we will attain the constant speed here. The speed will be same when all the three cylinders are operating. Now as the speed comes to this constant value for the previous one, then operate this fuel curve to measuring level and determine the specific fuel consumption from this pipette. Determine the time taken by the fuel to consume 10 cc. Now after that, make sure that you operate this cock again to supply the fuel from directly tank to the cylinder. Now instead of pressing again this first cylinder, directly press the second cylinder button, so that the supply to the second cylinder will get cut off. Now the load on the remaining two cylinder will be increased. So to reduce this load, we will operate this wheel, and we will make sure that the value of speed which is indicated in this display unit will be the same when the speed of engine when all the three cylinders are working. That speed we have to maintain here. At this position, again operate this fuel cock to the measuring point and measure the specific fuel consumption for 10 cc. Measure the time to consume the fuel of 10 cc. Now again, after the measuring, make sure that cock is at tank position. Now operate this button and cut off the supply of third cylinder. By operating this button, cut off the supply of third cylinder, then the entire load will come on the remaining two cylinder. Now observe the speed in this display unit. If suppose the speed is lowered, then again reduce or increase the load to have the constant speed inside this display unit. For this speed, again operate this fuel cock to its measuring point and measure the specific fuel consumption for that particular time. Now after measuring, again operate the fuel cock to its tank position, and now press this button once again, so that all the cylinders will have the supply to this spark plug. Then the speed will increase drastically. Now we can increase the load to make the speed at its lower position. In this case, we are not going to measure this fuel consumption, because our aim is to only measure the fuel consumption at four conditions. Means when all cylinders are working, when first cylinder is cut off, when second cylinder is cut off, and when third cylinder is cut off. These four readings we have to take for this specific fuel consumption. Now let us understand the observation and observation table along with the calculations. Here we have the observations for movers test. The observations are same as that of speed test on petrol engine. The observation table is different now. Now we have maintained the constant speed, that we will write down here. Whatever the load that was taken, that we will write down here. Means at this condition all cylinders are firing. That speed, that load we are going to write here. Now when first cylinder cut off, what is the load to maintain this constant speed, that we are going to write down here. For example, when all cylinders are firing, suppose the load is 12 kg. When first cylinder cut off, we will decrease the load so as to maintain the constant speed. Now by decreasing the load, it is when it is observed that the load is 9 kg, then speed is at its previous level, then we are going to write 9 here, okay, or whatever the value that is indicated by the load display. When second cylinder cut off, what is the load that we are going to write here. For third cylinder cut off, the load we are going to write here. Remember one thing, that we have to maintain the constant speed, okay, by without changing the throttle position. Just we have to adjust the load on the cylinder when first cylinder is cut off, second cylinder is cut off, and third cylinder is cut off. Now let us understand the calculations. See, our aim is to determine the indicated power of engine as well as frictional power of engine. So to have the indicated power, first of all, we will determine the entire brake power, that is when brake power when all cylinders are working. So for that we have to calculate the torque. To calculate the torque, the formula we will use here is total load on engine in kg into 9.81 into dynamometer arm, that we will take in meter. So with this formula we can calculate the total torque when all the three cylinders are firing. We will use this value in this equation to determine the total brake power produced by the engine. Now in second step we will calculate the brake power of engine when cylinder 1 is cut off. It is denoted by brake power 1. So we will use the formula like 2 pi n into W minus S1 divided by 60,000 we will get in the kilowatt. So this W minus S, this reading that we will take from the load. Here whatever is this load in kg, that we are going to take as W minus S1. So by putting this load and speed value here, we will get the brake power when cylinder 1 is cut off. Now we have to repeat the same procedure when the cylinder 2 is cut off and when cylinder 3 is cut off. So brake power 1 will indicate the brake power of entire engine when cylinder 1 is cut off. Brake power 2 will indicate the brake power of entire engine when cylinder 2 is cut off, and brake power 3 will indicate the brake power of entire engine when cylinder 3 is cut off. Now in third step, we will determine the indicated power for cylinder number 1. Since the cylinder 1 is cut off, therefore the total brake power minus brake power 1 will have the indicated power for that first cylinder. Similarly, brake power minus brake power 2 will give the indicated power of cylinder number 2. Also brake power, that is total brake power minus brake power 3, will give indicated power of third cylinder. Now when we add this first, second and third cylinders indicated power, we will have the total indicated power of the engine. To find out the frictional power, we use this formula: frictional power is equal to indicated power minus brake power. It is for the entire engine. To find out the mechanical efficiency, we have the formula brake power divided by indicated power.